creating content, my mind goes to you have to shave, you have to get your hair done, you have to, have your good clothes on, you have to do all these things. And then thinking about all these things, eventually I don't do it. Like you just give up because there's just so much to do. Guess what? I made this hat. It took me 3 tries to make it. It was horrible. But somehow this taught me how to create content or create content better. And I know you watching this, you might want to create content and you just don't know where to start. So I'm going to walk you through how this hat taught me about content. No, I'm not going to show you how to make a hat. It would take too long, but I'm going to tell you the things that I realized I understood while making this hat. Okay. The first thing I see in my industry, in the creative industry, creative space, that a lot of people who are in corporate, they just are scared. They have ideas, but they're just scared to get on camera because they think they have to be someone else. They think they have to put on a show. That's the first thing that I learned. Okay. So when I was making this hat, I wasn't thinking that it needed to be like a real hat. I just basically let everything go. I decided I wanted it to look like a hat. It should be functional. So I thought about what it needed to be. And I thought about the person that I am, the kind of hat that I like. In this case, I made a cadet hat because I just love military things. So I made a cadet hat. Then what does this have to do with content? When you're creating content, I would really sit down and think about who you are. Who are you as a person? And also, where do you want to be? And that's something that I really had to take to heart because when I started out, and even sometime now, I'll get all acting, like, acting in a different way. And literally, and I kid you not, I will just stop the recording and start again, like start over. Because I want to be, and I've said this many times. If this is the first time you're watching me, welcome. But I've said this many times. I really want to be myself on camera, like 95%. I'm 85 now, but I want to become 95% myself on camera. Just I want to let you know that. So that is the reason why I don't overly record like this, and I do use my hands a lot, but that's how I talk in person, but I'm not putting on an act. So, first, dive deep into who you are, what you want to stand for. That's very important. So that's the first thing that I would do when creating or thinking about creating content. While making this hat too, the second thing, I gave myself the space to figure it out along the way. This means that I know that I didn't know anything about making a cadet hat. I didn't use a pattern. In case you are familiar with sewing, normally when you make something, so for example, this t-shirt or this hat, you would use a pattern. I did not. I just made it on the top of my head because I wanted to be or think outside of the box. I didn't want it to be like every other hat. I wanted it to be my hat. So this taught me that in content creation, accept that you don't know it all. Like, accept that journey of needing to figure it out. And for the people in corporate, when I worked in corporate, I thought that the directors, the VPs, execs, that they knew everything. But the funny thing is, the higher you get to the top, the less the people know. Like, they are just trying to figure it out. They're just figuring it out. I worked for a company, a startup. They're very good. Like, they are in the millions by now. And the owner of that company, the founder of that company, he didn't know what he was doing. Like, literally, he just took it day by day and figured it out. That's the same approach I took with this hat. I just figured it out. I looked at shapes, I cut, I made a lot of mistakes, which I'll show you. I'll show you my mistakes. I made a lot of mistakes. And I think the second thing, if you are thinking about creating content, so you're watching this and you're thinking, I would like to be on video, I would like to create content on whatever platform, but the thing holding you back is that you don't know how to do it, and you're afraid that people will judge you, and you're afraid that it will suck, and we'll get to that. You're afraid of these things. It's okay to build in public. It's okay to figuring it out along the way. We humans, we want to see your progress, and we can relate to, and I think, I relate to videos where the people are talking about their losses instead of their wins. And those are, to me, those are the best videos, or the best examples. Number three, and I said we would talk about it, accept that you will suck. Yes, you will suck. Let me show you. You're seeing this hat right now, and it looks good, right? This hat, it looks good. It's, inside everything is good. I'm not bragging about this hat. I'm just showing you the final product. So when I show you the final product, let's make sure it's nice on camera. When I show you the final product, you're like, oh my gosh, he's good. Let me show you how much I sucked. Okay. This is me being vulnerable. So I'm going to show you my first attempt, and then I'm going to show you the rest. So 1 second, let me get these all over. I'm just going to put them right here, and I'm going to take out my attempts. This is my attempt number 1. Look at this. This is my attempt number 1. Does this look like a hat to you? I don't think so. This does not look like a hat. Look at this. This is not a hat. This was me trying to figure out how I could make a shape that fits around my head. Like literally. It sucks. It sucks bad. What if I showed you this in the beginning of the video saying, hey, I made a hat? I mean, you would be like, no, that's not a hat. Attempt number 1. Let's put this one aside for now. This is attempt number 2. Look at this. Somebody look at this. You see what happens? The difference between this and this, it's getting like more shape, right? That's attempt number 2. So I'm trying to get the idea right. So I figured that out, and then moved on to attempt number 3, which was good, which was decent. Look at this. And I actually sewed the front part. So this is the front panel. I sewed it on top because I at that time didn't have something, what they put in the brims of hats? I didn't have that hard thing. Sorry, that sounded weird, but I didn't have that thing to put in the brim of the hat. So I sewed it on to make it look, different. So I'll put this on my head so you can see these examples, because these are actually looking like hats. And I really liked this one. Let me know in the comments section if you like this one. But I really liked this hat. I really liked it. So I have this as a proof that I know how to make the hat. Okay? This is attempt number 3, as I mentioned. Sorry for my hair. I'm having a bad hair day, but I love hats, so that is the reason I wear hats. And then attempt number 3, and actually on this one, and I'm working on a little project. Side note, I'm building, I'm picking back up the fashion brand that I was building last year, and I'm just giving it a little Jamaican feel to it. I'm Jamaican, if you didn't know. And if you're Jamaican, you know ackee and saltfish. That's like one of our dishes. And I love the play, and it has a whole metaphor to it and whole storytelling, because I'm all about stories. And so I made the hat again, like the hat you just saw, and I put this logo. You can see ackee and saltfish because it's part of a collection that I'm making. And so this is the part you can see ackee and saltfish. I don't know how I look on camera because I cannot see myself. And well, I have a mirror camera here so I can see. And this is the front panel. I still didn't have the brim, so I just sewed it on, and I like this. It reminds me of, have you ever seen the movie, it's not Love and Basketball, but White Men Can't Jump? Oh, I love that movie, where one of the characters, he was wearing the guy, I think he's the guy who played in Blade. He was wearing his hat kind of like this, but sticking out like that, and it just reminded me of that. So I really love this design, love this style, and you can also wear it like this. So you see what's happening here. I don't want to get too much into my hats or the sewing or the brand, but what's happening here is somebody figuring it out. And that's the same thing in content. You figure it out as you go. And I realized this, that at the beginning I was so frustrated. Like the first two hats that I made, I was so frustrated. And with hat number 3, I took a breather like, oh my gosh, okay, this looks good. And then hat number 4 was a no brainer. I started enjoying it, and we'll get to that. I started enjoying it. Don't forget I said that, because number 5, that's gonna be it. Okay. So I started enjoying this, the creating of hats. So this is number 5. And then obviously we have, did I say it right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, it's early. Sorry about that. So, and now this is hat and the final hat, and I have the hard brim. I can put it like this. I can put it backwards. And I decided to put the Aki and Saltfish logo right here. And it turned out very good. Already showed you the inside and everything. It's yeah, it's perfect to me. It's the perfect hat to me. Maybe you're a hat maker and you're watching this and you're like, that's not a nice hat. I can do it better. You probably can, but this is my first hat and it's perfect to me. So know that you will suck. Anything that you start out, and everything that I've started out, basketball, drawing, I sucked, right? And this hat, I sucked, but now I can make hats for everyone. I can make a hat for everyone because I know how to do it. Number 4, removing the pressure of creating content and calling it collecting content. The pressure is what holds us back, to be honest. Like, we are pressured. If I started out making hats like, I don't know, I don't have a pattern, I don't know how to do it, I have no idea where to start. If I started with all these negativities when making this hat, I would never have started, because I would talk myself out of it. And we do that a lot. We tell ourselves like, you can't do it because of this, that. Like, we are so good at being negative. I definitely am. I'm an overthinker. It's even written in my bio, 37-year-old overthinker. I am an overthinker. Especially creatives are overthinkers. And yeah, I just tell myself I can't do it, can't do it, can't do it, can't do it, and it stops me from doing it. Maybe you can relate to this. If you can, drop that in the comment. But once we stop telling ourselves we can't, we can remove that pressure. We can say, I can't not do it yet, or I don't know how to do it yet. Yet is a very powerful word, right? Before all these hats, I couldn't make a hat yet, but I can now confidently say, I can make a hat. Why? That pressure has been removed. So in creating content, you shouldn't say you're going to create content, rather say collect content. That's better. That's easier, because collecting, it's collecting moments. And I find myself, when I think about, because I catch myself doing it wrong too, and I'm like, I'm going to create content. And then it's a whole pressure, because creating content, my mind goes to, you have to shave, you have to get your hair done, you have to, have your good clothes on, you have to do all these things. And then thinking about all these things, eventually I don't do it. Like, you just give up because there's just so much to do. But if I said I'm collecting content, I'm collecting this moment, it's a whole different thing, right? And that's the thing that I found with that made it easier for me to collect content. And even yesterday I was doing, like, I'm making an Instagram account. I think I've posted about 20-ish videos, and I'm still learning though. I'll put my channel right here somewhere. And so I was thinking about Instagram, and I'm like, why do I feel that there's just like this, it's just not working for me. Like it just feels so weird. And I realized that the reason YouTube feels so good for me now after 46 plus videos, it feels nice for me now because I'm showing up as myself. And on Instagram, I'm like really okay, it needs to be targeted towards this audience because and I'm just thinking like creating content. Like I have to create content to fit this type of people, which in YouTube I'm really just being myself. I'm telling you, it's like a diary. So I took the same approach to Instagram, or I decided to take the same approach to Instagram. And I just put like in my bio that I'm basically, overthinker and I'm documenting my life, documenting 2026. And it just took off like this whole pressure like, okay, documenting is not building, creating. I'm just documenting. I'm documenting a journey. I could say I'm building in public, but building in public has more pressure. But I'm just documenting my journey, and it could be everything. I'm documenting how I'm sewing. I'm documenting how I'm going to the weight room. I'm documenting how I'm talking on camera. I'm documenting how I'm teaching. You get the gist, right? So yeah, that's something that I learned, and I want to share with you because maybe you're pressured for creating content because you have that idea of you have to build, you have to fit a certain criteria, and you really don't. Okay, last one. I've been yapping because I'm so excited about my hats, but excited about you creating content. Just like I'm so excited for you now. At number five, let's stick to the excitement. Number five is have fun. A lot of us, me included, we forget to have fun. And yes, I can hear you saying, I hate creating content because I don't know how to do it and it's no fun. Yes, it's no fun. Making these, I told you I would get back to them. Making these two was no fun. It was no fun. I hated it. If if you ask me right here when I was making this one about what I thought about making hats, I would say it sucks. I hate it with my life. I would say that. Same here. Guess what? Same here. To make this, the top part, it all had to match perfectly. Hated it until I realized, whoa, I can make something decent. And towards the end, I started loving it. This one, I fell in love. I started liking it. I started enjoying the process. This one, I was over the moon. And I can't wait to make my next hat. The same goes for creating content. You start out, you hate it with your life, and then as you do it more often, you start to love it. YouTube, I hated the first videos. I still find, the videos cringe. That never goes away. But I think towards now, like towards my last 5 to 10 videos, especially after Bosnia, I kind of realized what I love, and I just love talking on camera. I love being myself. And the moments I can be myself, the moments I don't have to put on an act, I love it. But that only came after X amount of videos. So with that being said, I just I'm rooting for you. I'm rooting for you. I'm rooting for me. If you're watching this and you're like, okay, I don't know how to create content, or you're maybe not even creating content. Maybe you're making hats. Maybe you're making whatever. Maybe you want to start something, start a business. Wherever you are in life, like it takes time. It takes time to get good at it, but that time in the beginning is needed. And don't put that pressure on yourself. So feel free to go back to the video, go back to the beginning, and go through those 5 parts. I know I've been yapping a lot. I tend to do that. I'm sorry. I hope there was some kind of structure for you. But the last thing I would like to say is if you haven't subscribed to this channel, please do. It helps me a lot. I don't have a lot of subscribers, but trust me, I make good content. I'm just figuring it out how to be better. Like I'm really not good at. Let me tell you one thing I'm not good at. I'm not good at hooks. Like I'm not, I actually don't like it. Maybe I should do it more, but like hooking you in, I just feel so, I feel dirty. So I prefer you just being here because you want to be here and I don't have to hook you in. So if you've made it this far in the video, know that I appreciate you and I I hope you come back. So please subscribe. I make these videos. I try to do multiple times a week. People have discouraged me not to do so, but I make these videos whenever I get something that I want to talk about. I just flat out talk about it. That's how it works. So yeah, please subscribe, like the video, comment below. That's the most important thing because I want to have this back and forth. So comment below, let me know what you thought about my hat. Which one do you like best? This one, or this one? I'm gonna put this one up on my head and you'll be seeing me wear these hats in the videos because I made it. It's something that I made. I'm so proud of it. And that's the thing about creating. You make something, you're proud and you're happy. Okay, let's end on that note. I got things to do. You probably got things to do. Yeah, see you next time. Peace.